I worked with Dr. Sandra Berger while I was doing my undergraduate research, and our project revolved around looking at historical remedies, whether that be from the Native Americans or the early colonizers in the United States, and selecting some of them to examine their ingredients and see if they actually had any antimicrobial properties that we could leverage today in new antibiotics.
The biggest thing that I specifically studied was how we can use social media to get people to get out the vote. How do you get out the vote during a pandemic when you can't go get out the vote anywhere?
I first got involved with undergraduate research my sophomore year with barnacle phenology, collecting barnacles, and I was given the opportunity to continue on as a junior and do my own project.
I've had the opportunity to do a ton of research projects. I started out working with marine sediments, and we were testing if there was any antibiotic resistance in the bacteria. And then I studied the vulnerability of the self-employed population here in the US during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I worked on a project that examined habitat preferences of Canada geese and determining why there are so many of them in the Boston area and what really draws them here. During my project, I learned how to do very basic biological skills and laboratory techniques. With that knowledge in hand, I was able to demonstrate it during my job interviews, and they came in extremely useful when I actually started working at a research lab at Boston Children's.
I know personally in my life, some of the things I thought I would never do ended up being the things that I love the most, and scientific research was definitely one of them. Having an undergraduate research stipend while I was at Boston University was a real game changer for me. It not only meant that I didn't have to work a job outside of my academics, but it allowed me to live with a life that was balanced, and all of that made me a more effective student when I did come back into the classroom.
I spent a lot of time in my political science classes, in CGS classes, looking at the future of media. And my research project helped me realize what I can do personally to make media better for politics. The research program and the stipend really allowed me to spend time doing what I loved without worrying about spending money.
I wanted to pursue an undergraduate research project because how interested I was in the impact it can make on my career early on. I think that's essentially the goal is to go beyond the classroom and do something that's more independent, to dive into new topics, to really expand my knowledge and actually implementing it.
The jobs and internships that I have are a direct result of my research at CGS, because all these years that I was able to gain skills were just more things that I could add to my resume and more things that I could broadcast.
I do attribute my success in getting into and matriculating to medical school this summer to my work at Boston University. These research experiences really helped me shape my character and my desire for the pursuit of science and medicine.
I do really think that the research program changed my life, and it really allowed me to become the person that I am today.
I can't emphasize enough how it really has enhanced my experience at BU and has opened so many doors for anything that I can accomplish outside of BU.